Hey guys, welcome to a new video in our YouTube channel. Advait and I have been watching the IPL 2021 and we thought why not make a mid-season team of the tournament. As you know, today was the 28th match of the league stage and as it completed against RR and SRH, we thought why not make a best 11 of all the teams combined. Well, we've made this video for you. As you remember, last week was the Bughouse Bonanza video. Sadly, after that, I got corona, so I could not make more videos. Do like and share, and please subscribe if you haven't already. And hope you like the video. Thanks. So these are the selection rules. So the 7 Indians and 4 overseas rule to be followed. There are no limitations on the number of players picked from a team. Picking a wicket keeper and ensuring 20 overs of bowling is necessary. The team will be picked considering performances in IPL 2021 so far and not in the overall how good the player is. So it's
Yes.
only based on like the 7 matches which has happened till now. The team will be picked by votes from all the selectors. So Advait and I will be selecting the team and considering the votes we'll be picking. Yeah, so first let's start with the openers. So I'd pick Shikhar Dhawan and Faf du Plessis as my two openers. So that's what I thought. Advait, what about you? Shikhar
Yeah.
Dhawan has been pretty amazing. 320 runs
Yes.
at an average of 46. He's won many matches for Delhi in the start of the season. And
Yes.
yeah, he's been pretty
Fa-
good. Similarly,
Like these
Faf du
two
Plessis,
openers
yeah,
are these two openers are like the backbone of their own teams, I think.
exactly. Yeah.
And
Faf du
they've
Plessis has been averaging at 65 and he's been spectacular for
yeah, and then
Celeste.
they've shown their
Yeah.
class, and I think
Yeah.
picking these two openers will also be a good choice because they're again a righty lefty combination, which is like a
True, true.
huge, which plays a huge role in
Yeah,
a
that's
T20
also
format.
true. That's also true. Though we must consider KL Rahul as well because he's the
Hmm.
orange cap holder at this point of time. So actually, I've picked him at number three because I'll show you. Let's like decide that in the middle order though. Though Advait, any like votes for Prithvi Shaw and Joss Butler?
Yes, I mean, Josh Butler, if we talk about, he just scored a century in
Yeah,
today's match, but still he lacks that consistency in this
true,
IPL, which the other openers are showing.
true. So I
Prithvi
think
Shaw,
we can eliminate Joss
yeah,
Butler. Yeah,
yeah. So
Prithvi
in
Shaw.
the case with Prithvi Shaw is that he's performing well in the IPL, but also there have been like there's been like a confusion of his footwork mostly, and like he's not a dependable player because you don't know if he will perform or not. Although he's been
Yeah,
good this IPL, but he could be taken. But I think a little bit of experience also plays a role in this type of format and
true.
in IPL.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So Prithvi Shaw's strike rate is like pretty spectacular at
Yeah.
165. So he's been striking the ball really well. But I guess like Shikhar Dhawan and Faf du Plessis have been a lot more consistent. And yeah, I think they pipped Prithvi Shaw by a bit. So
Yes. Yes.
that's for our openers. Moving on to the middle order now. So, who have you picked it with? Okay, first I'll just tell you a bit about mine. So out of these players, to like maintain the balance and credit what KL Rahul has done, I've picked him as my number three for this side. So he's been really well, like he's been doing extremely well. So if we just have a look at
Yeah.
so he's
So.
been the most valuable player of this
Mhm.
season so far, as you can see in these rankings. He's also the orange cap holder, and his strike rate has also been healthy at 137 with a spectacular average of 66.2. So I think he's been really good, and to credit what he's
Yep.
been doing, I've kept him at like number three in my team. The Advait, do share your views as well. Who's your number three?
So this year for me, I think a number three batsman. It's a very tough choice to choose a number three batsman because that particular batsman plays a very important role in the team.
Yeah,
But as much as I think, even like looking at experience and looking at if that person's good at that format, I have actually also picked KL Rahul as my number three batsman.
Perfect. That's pretty good then.
I was
So
thinking about Sanju Samson,
yeah,
but
same. Yeah,
but I
I've
don't
put
know.
Sanju Samson as my number four.
You put no, but I've not put Sanju Samson in my playing 11 because
All right.
um I don't know. I don't think this time he's been like he scored a century. He scored a beautiful
Yeah.
century,
Yeah.
but after that, I don't think he's able to perform in every match. And
Yeah.
like in the middle, like between like matches 2 to 5 or 2 to 6, he's been quite like
Yeah,
down
he's
and has
been a bit inconsistent. That's been a
yes,
problem with
yes, I
Sanju
agree.
Samson
Yeah,
for a while. However, I'd like to say that like he's been making 40s and 50s regularly, and
which
today
also
also,
contributes
yeah,
to the team.
yeah. So like
Yeah,
his average twos are like 46, and his strike rate is always incredible. So Sanju Samson has been performing really well with like 270-ish runs. So he's also a contender for the orange cap this season. And that first innings was simply mind blowing. It was
yeah,
like out of this world. So
definitely.
that's why like I've kept Sanju Samson in my team. The Advait, do share who your views and who you think is a perfect number four.
I think a perfect number four would be either Sanju Samson or
Yeah,
I've seen that Manish Pandey. Manish Pandey,
money.
I think he came back strong. I think last to last match, and then he scored a beautiful 50. I think he is one of the most experienced number four batsmen in IPL, and he has some really good stats. We will
True.
have to
Yeah,
say.
Manish Pandey has
So
also been pretty good.
so he's just like ahead of Sanju Samson for me. So that's why he got the spot of number four in my batting
All
lineup.
right.
Although
Yeah.
there may be Williamson also, but after like a further discussion, if we see, Williamson has not been playing so many matches, like nor has Manish Pandey, but it's just that Williamson is sometimes like he's also quite inconsistent. Like sometimes he scores a beautiful 50 or 60, or sometimes he doesn't score at all. But
Yeah.
still, I think Manish Pandey deserves to be in the playing 11,
All
like
right.
the Dream 11 till now, rather
Yeah.
than Williamson.
Yeah, that you've made a good point. Though I like to point out that while Manish Pandey has been really consistent this season, with like
Yeah,
a really good 50s in most of the matches and an average of 48.2, I'd like to
hmm,
point out that his strike rate has been a really major issue, and that's why he was even dropped from the SRH team. Moreover, Manish Pandey could not finish matches. So that was a major issue with Manish Pandey. So in the first two matches, he was supposed to take SRH over the line, but he failed in doing so. And because of his failure, only was it that the
yeah,
SRH team was not able to, like,
yeah. That's a
come in
point
a
which
good
can be
space in this
taken in.
tournament. Yeah. So
Yeah,
right now they're like coming last, and they lost today's match too. So they'll have to do something that is like completely unbelievable to actually come on top. But that's like
but
really bad.
for me, I think the
Yeah.
time for SRH is over this season. I don't think they will be able to qualify in the top
Yeah.
four,
True.
even though they win all the remaining matches.
Yeah, exactly. Like SRH qualifying is like gonna be out of this world. But like according to me, like Sanju Samson has just been a much better stroke player this season, and he's been striking it beautifully, and he's been pretty consistent
Hmm.
compared to what he was doing last year. So like last year in the first two matches he fired like anything, but then he had a slump till like match 10 or match 11, and he didn't score
Yeah,
too
he
many
had a
runs.
downfall.
Yeah, so last year he had a major slump, but this time I think he's been a bit more consistent and he's been playing pretty well. So
Hmm.
let's come back at number four in a while, I guess. So let's
Okay,
move on to number
sure.
five first, and then I think we can come back to number four and decide between Sanju Samson, Manish Pandey, and Kane Williamson in a bit.
Yeah, okay. So who have you picked for
Also
your
any
number five?
ideas for Glenn Maxwell or Moeen Ali? Like they are indeed overseas, but they've been performing really well. Like Moeen Ali has been striking at 160, and he's at like he's been pretty consistent for CSK. And Glenn Maxwell, like finally the big show is
Yeah,
actually putting on a show. So yeah, Glenn Maxwell has been in terrific form too. He's been a bit out of it in the last few matches, but in the
last few
start
matches.
he
Yeah.
was absolutely marvelous. So Let's
But
see.
I think the person next to Manish Pandey takes that spot, so I don't
True,
think they
true,
will be
true.
able to get in
ABD will
the
just forever. Yeah.
yes, yes.
So have you also picked him as your number five?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
the team is incomplete without AB de Villiers.
True, true, true. ABD has absolutely been a
I've
360
never seen
comparison.
I've never seen a player like this who can just like
Exactly.
you say 360 right, but
Yeah,
he can just hit the ball anywhere, anytime.
exactly.
Even if it's a Yorker, he can manage it to hit for a six, probably like
Exactly.
behind the keeper.
Yeah,
No one knows.
truly. ABD has been sensational for RCB this season too. Like 3 matches, he single-handedly won for them. Like starting with the
Yeah,
MI one and then the 270s, he's been
hmm,
absolutely brilliant. So I think we could go with ABD for number five. The one thing we'll
definitely.
have to like notice in that is that like we've already picked two overseas then in
Yeah,
in
definitely.
ABD and FAF. So
Yeah,
in number four, I think we should go with an Indian then and not Kane
yes,
Williamson
definitely.
because
It's
otherwise,
either
yeah,
Sanju Samson or Manish Pandey, but
yeah,
your point does make quite a lot of sense. So I
yeah,
think we will go for Sanju Samson for the
cool.
fourth.
Cool. So let's go with Sanju Samson for number four then. So our top five, just like as a like a recap, we have Shikhar Dhawan, Faf du Plessis,
KL.
then we have KL Rahul at number three, then Sanju Samson at number four, and ABD at number five. So
Yeah,
that's our top
perfect.
five, and now we'll be going to the all rounders and the finishers.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So for the all rounders, who have you picked at that?
so firstly, definitely I've taken Jadeja
Yeah,
because of
he's been amazing.
he's very good with the bat. He's very good with the bowling. He's very good with the fielding. He is a complete all rounder. He's a
True,
complete all rounder that I have seen because
true. There's no package better than
yes,
Ravindra
and
Jadeja.
everyone saw that against RCB how he scored.
Yeah, agree.
Definitely, he's there. For my second all rounder, I would actually go for either it would be Pollard or either it will be Pat Cummins because last year Pat Cummins was a major flop. But what I think this year he scored a 70 if I'm not wrong, and then he's
Yeah,
also
yeah,
taken some crucial wickets.
yeah, yeah.
So
Pat Cummins has
either
been pretty good.
yes, he's been pretty good at this season. Either it'll be him or either it has to be Pollard because
Yeah,
everyone knows what Pollard can do. And a
yeah.
combination of AB de Villiers and Pollard on the crease, I mean, like that's what everybody wants to see.
Yeah, cool. That makes sense. Okay, so for me, I've actually gone with Ravindra Jadeja, of course. He's just a Superman. Like Ravindra Jadeja, like versus RCB was simply like out of this world. Like he took 3 wickets, he inflicted a run out, he took some catches, he hit like 37 in the last over. That was simply like mind blowing. Like the performance of the season, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like Jadeja picks himself. But for the second all rounder, I've actually gone for Pollard. So there were two
Mm-hmm.
matches which Pollard single-handedly won for MI. So there was a 35 knock against SRH, in which he was simply amazing. And
Yeah.
yeah, he hit two sixes in the last two balls, and that's what actually won the match for them. So that was
Mm-hmm.
pretty good. And then of course yesterday's like thriller, the El Clasico against CSK.
Yeah,
That innings was
definitely.
simply one of the innings of the tournament. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Karen Pollard I think was pretty good, but I'll have to agree, Pat Cummins has also been pretty decent. So like Cummins and Morris, and even Russell to an extent, they've all been pretty good. But
Russell's
the
been
thing with
good,
yeah,
although the
yeah,
Russell which we know, we've not able to see him till now. Um,
right.
and I
Like
think
no, honestly, he did fire. Like Russell did
he did
fire in
fire.
2 3 innings. In a couple of innings, he was pretty amazing. But like in the start,
But
he was in
if
a
you,
bit of a
yeah,
batting
I
slump.
know,
But
yeah.
then I think
If
he
you
came
see,
back.
that's true.
Yeah,
But like in every match, there is like a little bit of struggle that he's going through. Like he's not even able to hit like a lot of short balls. And according to me, I think he's having some muscle injuries. If I'm not wrong. So because of
yeah,
that, he's not been able to be what he is till now.
true.
And because of that, I think KKR is not
True. I
in
think
quite
then
a
we
good.
could leave Russell out, even though he's been
Yes.
pretty spectacular. Like,
Hmm.
like the 5 wicket haul was simply
Yes,
sensational.
it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that.
then like he's been showing glimpses of the Russell we all know. But
Yes.
then again, we'll just wait for him to come back into perfect form. So I
Yes.
think Russell can wait till the final 11. But Cummins and Morris, those two have pretty good cases, but I'd say they've been really expensive. Like the job for which
Mm.
Morris and Cummins are taken, like they're like 15k, like 15 crore plus players. So you expect them to really deliver in the death. But in the death, their economy has been really high. So if
Mm-hmm.
I'll just show a stat over here in the best bowlers of this season, so Morris has been going at 8.62 compared to an economy of like 7 last year, that too in the death. And Cummins has been going at 8.83, which is even more expensive than Morris. So like Morris and Cummins have both been really, really like expensive. And of course, like their batting pedigree is not even close to Pollard or Russell. So I think like considering that they've
But
been really expensive,
yeah, I
yeah.
agree with you. But I think Pollard is more a complete batsman than a bowler, and these both are more complete bowlers than batsmen.
True,
So it's
true.
it's quite tough to select them, but maybe we will have to lean a bit towards Pollard, looking at what he can actually ball pretty well. His slower balls can actually help
Yeah,
the team. Like
yeah,
if
exactly.
it's a ground of probably Ahmedabad or like which are big
Yeah,
grounds, if
yeah,
you ball slower balls and if they go for the big one, they might get
yeah.
out because the
True,
ball does
true.
not carry much space, so they cannot just connect it.
Yeah,
They can, even though if they connect it, does not get too far and gets into the
yeah,
fielder's hand.
yeah.
So
Even
probably
yesterday with the
Pollard.
ball, like we all remember what he did with the bat, but even with the ball, he was like 2 for
Yes,
12
he
in
got
two
the
overs.
two, three most
Exactly.
important
So he
wickets.
was going at an economy of 6 in a match with like 220 scores.
Yeah,
So that's just like
on a
a really
ground
good
of
for like
on a
a
ground which is
sixth,
quite
seventh.
small,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
defending a target of 200 is also considered
Yeah.
not that much.
Exactly. So yeah, Pollard has a pretty good case, but I'd also say that Morris brings in a lot of bowling pedigree. So if we look at our lineup, so I think maybe we could come back to Morris and Pollard
Pollard, yeah.
because I think we'll decide that after our bowlers. So if our bowlers are more like like the space is managed properly, then I think we could lean towards like Pollard.
Pollard,
But
yeah.
if like we pick more like two more spinners and two pacers, then I think we could go with Morris because Morris has also been
Hmm.
pretty like effective in the deck.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So let's just check. Yeah. So for the all rounders, let's just pick Ravindra Jadeja right now, and
Yeah,
then
he's
we'll
there
come back
for sure in the
between
playing 11
Morris and
and Pollard.
Pollard later. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Moving on to the bowlers. So who all of you picked it with?
So I've picked Avesh Khan,
Yeah,
I've picked Rashid Khan,
yeah.
and the third bowler which I'm going to take, I think I will maybe taking Ravi Bishnoi.
Ravi Bishnoi. Cool. That's
Yeah,
a
or
very, very
I'm not sure about the third
intriguing.
one, but I'm pretty sure about Avesh and Rashid. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to pick Harshal Patel.
Yeah,
I'm just going to tell you.
yeah,
So the reason is that okay, Harshal Patel has taken 17 wickets. He has the purple cap.
yeah.
But if you see in a T20 format, obviously wickets matter a lot, but the economy matters as well.
True,
And
true.
Harshal Patel's economy is just haywire right now. He's not been able to ball. He is getting wickets, but he's not even able to just
Yeah,
restrict the
yeah. He's
batsman
going
on
at
his delivery.
9.2 and over. Like
Yes, which
9.2 is,
Avesh Khan has done.
yeah,
He has
yeah.
restricted
Avesh
the
has been
batsman.
brilliant.
Yes, as well as obviously Rashid Khan. He's
Yeah,
been he's known for his economy. Like he can control the economy. He can like get an economy of one in a match. Like get only 4 runs in 4
yeah,
overs.
yeah,
That's what he can do.
yeah. So who's
The
your
third
fourth
bowler, I'm
bowler?
not sure. I think I will go with what your choice is because I think you will be going for will you be going for Rahul Chahar?
I've actually okay. So for my four choices,
Hmm.
I've gone with Harshal Patel, Avesh Khan, Rahul Chahar, and Rashid Khan. Like
Okay.
I've basically chosen these guys Because see, Avesh and Rahul Chahar, both of them have been really good in restricting the guys and taking wickets. So like Rahul Chahar is like going at 7.1. So is Avesh Khan, and both of them have picked like 13 and 11 wickets respectively. So both of them have been absolutely amazing according to me. So both of them picked themselves, and then Rashid Khan is a guy who cannot be ignored. Like his economy is
Mm-hmm.
at like 6 when everyone is going on like an average of 8 in this season. And like he's also picked up 10 wickets in 7 matches. Like today I've not counted, but like today also I think he picked one more. So 11 in
Yeah.
8 matches, and that too at a brilliant economy of only 6. So that's just like amazing from Rashid Khan. So these three pick themselves according to me. Ravi Bishnoi does have a case. Like his
Like
economy
last
is,
year, he
yeah,
was
like Ravi
actually
Vishnu's
quite
economy
good.
is like crazy at like 4.75. That's just
Yeah.
amazing. I do agree with you, but I think the sample size is very limited because there's only 3 matches, and in 3 matches he's picked up like
Five.
these many, like he's picked up 4 wickets in 3 matches at an
No, he's
economy
picked.
of
Yeah, four
4.75.
wickets. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's a very small sample size because in 3 matches, like maybe the pitches were friendly, or like the batsmen were like there was a low total, or there could be something like that. So I think it's a bit short sample size to consider Ravi Bishnoi. But again, you could like make your point, and then maybe we could pick like Ravi Bishnoi as well. But then like we'll have to drop Rashid Khan, I think. And the last guy I've picked, Harshal Patel.
No, we can't drop Rashid Khan because
Yeah, like Rashid
uh,
Khan's like sample size is also like he's a very trusted
yeah,
customer.
but I'm not. I would actually prefer, even though Rahul Chahar has been good this season, I
Yeah.
would look. I would prefer Ravi Bishnoi instead of Rahul Chahar, but I
Hmm.
won't remove Rashid Khan from my playing 11. He's a key bowler,
All
and I
right.
think he can actually. He's not an all rounder, but I think he can actually hit like fours and sixes a bit as well.
Yeah, that's also
So
true. Yeah,
so
Rashid
so he can
Khan's
just add to
perfect
the
with eight.
batting,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
so the team can actually have a lot of batsmen
yeah,
down as well, so they
yeah,
won't have pressure to just
yeah.
just
Yeah,
depend on
Rashid
if
Khan's
the
like
match
one
till
of the
then.
best number eights going on. So
Yes.
Rashid does make a pretty good case for him himself. But like also Harshal Patel, I understand his economy is absolutely terrible at 9.2. However, he's like picking up wickets like every ball and every over almost. Like five, like in 5 matches he picked up 15 wickets. Right now he has 7 matches, 17 wickets, and he's like the orange cap holder. So in spite of the economy
Purple
rate,
cap.
I do think
No,
he like deserves like a chance. Like that economy is so high only because of that. Like in one or two death matches, like against Jadeja, like absolutely killed him in 37 run over. But like because of his wicket taking ability, I just think he like makes a very very strong case right now. And like 9.2 is terrible, but then we've got such restrictive bowlers in our side like Rashid Khan that I think we could manage a little bit of risk with Harshal Patel, and like 2 wickets is guaranteed from him. Like he's just been in sensational form. So I think we could take a punt on Harshal Patel, but he's been pretty amazing. So yeah, just as a wicket taker, we could like take him. Like I've taken him in my side.
okay, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean like he's been
Do you
taking
have
wickets,
any
that's
other?
for sure.
Who's your fourth choice?
Oh yeah, I went for what's that the I actually went for that Rajasthan Royals ka guy, some Chetan Sakaria, yeah.
Oh, Chetan
Because
Sakaria.
because he's a youngster, and
Yeah.
looking at there's so much pressure when you performing in front of world class batsmen, then probably you won't even get a chance to even play again in IPL.
Yeah.
And even though he's taken up 8 wickets till now, I
Yeah.
think I think he could. I'm not saying he deserves to be, but he could be one contender for like
Mm-hmm.
being in the Dream 11 till now.
All right. Yeah, Chetan Sakaria is a very interesting option.
Yeah, it's
So
because
yeah,
I've
but I
gone for
think I
more of
think Chetan
young.
Sakaria hasn't been consistent. Like in 2 matches, he picked up a 3 for. But like other than that,
Mm.
in 5 matches, like he was pretty inconsistent. Like he picked up only 1 wicket in 5 matches, and in 2 matches he picked up three. So I think, like, he's a bit inconsistent. So because of the inconsistency, and his economy rate is also not too great. Like it's decent. It's
Mm.
8.22. So I think, like,
Yeah. So
yeah, like
Avesh,
if we're going
Rashid,
like right now, like we've got really restrictive bowlers in Avesh Khan, Rahul Chahar, and Rashid Khan. So if we're
yeah,
going for an out and out wicket taker, then I'd rather go for Harshal Patel over like Chetan Sakaria. Okay,
it's a
perfect.
little
So
unfair
now
for
let's go to the
Bhavik.
all-rounders, guys. So now that we've picked Ravi Bishnoi, I think like we can go with a little bit more of pace, because we don't have too many pacers. Like right now, we only have two pacers in. We only have two pacers as of now in Harshal Patel and the Avesh Khan, because the other
Hmm.
two are Rashid Khan and Ravi Bishnoi. So, what do you say? Who should we go as our third pacer and all?
Yeah.
Do you think we should go with
So
Morris? Because today's
it's
match
either
also
Morris
Morris
or
was
Pat
good player.
Cummins, but
Yeah,
it's either Morris or Pat Cummins, but
yeah,
I would lean a little towards Pat Cummins because
yeah,
uh, obviously he balls really good bouncers, his variations are good, and he can bat as well. You saw he scored a
yeah,
beautiful 70
yeah.
this week.
Even like Morris has been batting pretty good. Like his finishing against DC was pretty amazing. Like we thought the match is over now, but then Morris like just won it for them. So yeah, Morris has been pretty good. So has Cummins.
Yeah,
So if we have to compare the two of them, Morris has been a bit better with the ball, and Cummins has been a bit better with the bat. So right now, if we go with all in all, like as our third pacer, and if we see like if for example Harshal Patel fails in the death, then we need a replacement for him.
Why there is no Ben Stokes in it?
Ben Stokes not
Ben
in
Stokes
in
भाई
the
रूल आउट
IPL.
हो गया था.
मेकअप हुआ.
Okay, भाई. Manna is a bit outdated right now, so let's just कोई नहीं भाई मन में. Okay,
कोई नहीं, अगले
so
सीजन के लिए बना ले.
okay, guys. Right. So Morris
Just cut
is
that out,
basically
okay?
Morris has picked up the second most wickets right now, and he's been bowling a bit better. And he's going as our third pacer, so he could be a replacement for Harshal Patel in the death too.
Yep.
But like in case like Harshal Patel is going for too many runs, then we could keep like Chris Morris for the death and like finish off Harshal Patel's over.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
if I want to say again, like for example, Harshal Patel picks up 2 wickets,
yeah,
and he's still left with 2 overs in the death overs,
yeah,
and like they've RCB have restricted, for example, KKR at 140 in restricted at 140 in 18 over, like 17
yeah,
overs, and then he
yeah.
comes to ball. And if his economy is just rising up,
Right. Right, guys. So this is our final 11 for the day. So we've had quite a few discussions, and like we've been voting out each other, and finally this is our playing 11. So Faf du Plessis and Shikhar Dhawan as openers. Both of them have been vital cogs for their teams CSK and DC. Both of them are like at 300 plus runs, really good averages at 45 and 64, and both
lefty
of them
righty
have been like
combination.
really good. Strike rates have also been up there. They've finished matches for their sides, they've won matches for their sides, they've been spectacular. At number three, there's KL Rahul, our captain and wicketkeeper. KL Rahul is averaging at 66. He's the current orange cap holder, and he's also the MVP at this point of time, as you can see over here. So yeah, he's been pretty amazing, and as you can see, he's our captain too. So yeah, he's like a 600 run bank, and no one's saying no to KL. All right,
Yeah, and
next,
sometimes
yeah,
he can like play as an anchor, and like if
yeah,
for example Sanju Samson is hitting sixes and fours, he
yeah.
can just get those singles and doubles just to keep the run rate high
Yeah, so he
and
brings a
support
lot
the
of
team.
balance to the side. So guys
Yes,
like Faf,
definitely.
Shikhar, and KL,
And
and Sanju too, to an extent, they
yeah,
can
and like
they can be really explosive, and they can also be anchors. So there's a lot of balance,
exactly,
and ABD can
and
also
like
be like an
yeah, like
anchor.
Sanju,
Yeah,
ABD, Shikhar, these are all like a little. They
exactly.
take the risk, but like sometimes you will
Yeah,
need that one player who will
yeah.
actually not take a risk and like rather just
Yeah.
you
So
know
all these guys
play
can
like
like bat
single.
through the innings, and they can also like just explode and like go at a strike rate of 250 and just
Yeah,
like
so he can play anyhow.
fascinate
Like
the opposition.
if the team wants him to hit,
Yeah.
he'll hit. If the team wants him to just
Yeah.
play a little doubles and singles and play a little
Yeah.
slow innings, he can do that as well.
Yeah, so like these three in the middle order, they are absolutely like strengthening, and like they are like offering really like all the roles, including the
Yeah,
openers. So that's like a really balanced side. Then at number 6 and 7 are our all rounders Ravindra Jadeja and Chris Morris. Both of them are hard hitters of the ball. Jadeja just hit 37 in an over, and Chris Morris also like finished the match really well against DC. So both of them like are pretty decent with the bat, and bowling to like Chris Morris has taken up like 14 wickets in 7 matches. That's just spectacular. He's actually like owning up to the price tag of 16.25 crores. So well done, Chris Morris. And Jadeja is just an overall package. His fielding has been like the best in the event, and no one is, I think, like gonna even come close to him. So Jadeja is the Sir Jadeja. Like no one can defeat him.
yeah,
Then at number eight, yeah,
he's the most complete all rounder you will ever see in the
yeah,
world.
exactly. So Jadeja also like picks himself. Then at number 8, we have Rashid Karamati Khan. So Rashid Khan has been spectacular as well. The leg spinner never goes at an economy of more than 6. Like he's just been amazing, and he's also picked up wickets. So he's picked up like 11 wickets in 8 matches. That's pretty decent for Rashid Khan, because people just never take a risk against him and try to play him out.
Yeah,
So
and
he's
mostly
been
his googlies are quite deadly as well.
yeah, yeah. So Rashid Khan also picks himself, and then Harshal Patel, he's the
The
orange cap
man who's just
holder. Yeah,
the
he's
man who's
been
just
a bit
taking wickets
expensive.
like from nowhere.
Yeah, he just picks up wickets with full tosses, and like he picked up a fifer in the death.
Yeah,
He's been absolutely like the
although
form is
although
with
he's
him.
quite expensive,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
this is
He's
for
going at
sure that
9.2, so that's
yeah,
expensive.
he's expensive.
Yeah,
But if you put him in the team, like
yeah,
in the situation right
yeah,
now, it's a guarantee. As you said, it's a
yeah.
guarantee two
Exactly.
three wickets for sure,
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
quite a helpful
Yeah.
amount of wickets
So he'll
definitely.
pick up 2 to 3 wickets, and the economy can be counterbalanced with the fact that Ravi Bishnoi, Rahul Chahar, Avesh Khan, Rashid Khan, all these guys are really restrictive bowlers, and Morris too in the death is really restrictive. So like economy won't be too much of an issue, and like they'll just pick up so many wickets that they won't have time to like actually strike with the bat. So
Yeah,
I think Harshal Patel, like 7 matches, 17 wickets, like the numbers just speak for themselves. Then there's Avesh Khan. So Avesh Khan has been an absolute revelation for DC this year. So he's actually the difference. So Rabada and Nokia both are not performing. Like Nokia hasn't played, and
Nokia's
Rabada
not
is
even
really
got
not
a chance to
performing.
play.
Exactly, and still like DC aren't missing anyone, and now to even Ashwin's not there. Still, like Avesh Khan has just done so well that they're not missing these guys. So Avesh Khan is really the backbone of DC's bowling at this point of time, and he's been absolutely spectacular. So he's there in our team. 7 matches, 13 wickets, and an economy of 7.2. And finally, we have Ravi Bishnoi or Rahul Chahar. So it
Yeah,
depends
we
on
could
the
not
condition.
decide.
Yeah, so
We could
we
not
couldn't
decide this.
decide on it.
Hmm.
So it really just depends on the conditions.
So you guys
So
can
yeah.
comment
So when
down
you're like going for more
which
wickets,
player
when
will
you're
you
going for
take.
more wickets, then you go with Rahul Chahar. And when you're in a situation when you need to like defend, and it's like a tricky ground, something like a Mumbai ground or like a Delhi ground, then you go with Ravi Bishnoi. But in a very very like in a ground in which anyways the economy is low, for example Chennai, then you play Rahul Chahar because he'll pick up wickets over there, and Ravi Bishnoi can restrict people in tough grounds. So that's how we
Tough
like
ground,
manage
small
it.
ground
Yeah,
as well, where it's easy
yeah.
but it looks
So like
quite
this
difficult.
is basically dependent on the grounds, Ravi Bishnoi and Rahul Chahar, and that rounds up our 11 for the day for the
Yeah.
mid-season of IPL
So
2020.
how just
Yeah,
you guys can comment down how do you like the 11, and you can
yeah.
also choose, would you rather go for Ravi or would you rather go for Rahul?
Yeah, so do let us know in the comments section below, and hope you guys enjoyed the video, and do like and subscribe as well. Thank you, and thank you so much Advait for joining. Thanks Manmay for
No
the
problem.
addition. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.